Hello, my wonderful spirit guides. So today I am going to be reacting to Vespertine by BJORK. And this is going to be my last video of the year. Well, last reaction video. I don't know if I'll post random little Christmassy things or not. Probably not, but I might. But yeah, I thought I'd go with a Christmassy background. So we got the Christmas tree. And it's even got like little Minecraft ornaments on it because I got my daughter a Minecraft calendar. So we got little Minecraft ornaments. They're basically keychains, but you know, we've even got TNT in the tree. Huh. But yeah, I thought we'd go with the Christmassy background, all the lights and stuff like that. And yeah, get on with it basically. I gave myself a bit of a wintry makeover. It's not my best work, but I am kind of happy with it. Like, it's cute. Yeah, I was having a bit of trouble with it earlier though, because I was like, oh no, it's just not looking right, but you know, at the end of the day, it's all good. Also, I said something in the archive videos about watching the music videos, and that'll be on Patreon, but I'm gonna do that in January just because I haven't got time to do it now. Like, this is literally like the last day I could do all this, and I gotta edit it all and get it out, but because literally it's not long till Christmas. So yes, but they will be on Patreon in the new year, and lots of different new things will be happening, lots of new music to be listened to. I'm excited. Anyway, this is the last one of the year, and what a year it has actually been, because like I started this in March or April? March? Is it going March, April, April then March? Oh God, what am I? Yeah. So I started it in March 22nd or something. It's my first like video, and now it's the end of the year, and it's not even been a whole year, and I'm already on the way to 6,000 subs. So I'm like so happy about that. Thank you to all of you amazing people. Like, honestly, gosh, thank you so much for your support. And if you're new here today, amazing, thank you. You know, to all my new subscribers, I'm so grateful. And to everyone that's been here from day dot, just really happy. Thank you so much for joining me. Right, anyway, let's get into the music. If you'd like to go on Patreon, please do. If you would like to follow me on Instagram, I shall follow you back, and all of that stuff. So yeah, gotta make way for the ear holes. As you know, I have orange hair under this wig, so I had to put a hat. I know the hat looks cute because like winter and stuff, but like without it, it doesn't look that great. So also like this bit here is making me look haggard from some angles. Let's just ignore that. You know, it's about the music today. Right, let's go for it. First song is called Hidden Place. Hope this angle isn't too crazy. Okay, right, I just need to shut up and get on with it. Sorry. I'm sorry. I just, you know, when you're just not comfortable with the way you look and you're just like, it's one of those. But it's okay. I won't be thinking about it once I'm listening to the music. Whew, let's go. I already like that sound. That's cool, like a sample repeating. Also, this album came out in 2001. What to do with it, or where to put it. I'm so close to tear, and so close to simply calling you up. I'm simply suggesting. Wow. We go to that hidden place. Oh, that's so beautiful. Oh, interesting. So like, first of all, like, you know, this was made in 2001, and it seems like BJORK has always had that way of like singing those like sort of elongated kind of sounds, you know, like vocals, sorry, words very spread out in that manner, and very conversational too, but in like a very special BJORK kind of way. She's always had that BJORK touch, These sounds though, a little bit more you know, just coming off the 90s with all those sampling. A lot of sampling was used in the 90s, especially in hip hop, but there's lots of samples here. And those strings though, they sound like they're being played by, it's almost like the strings are like elephants, but not in like a silly way. It sounds kind of awesome. I'm looking at the lyrics here, by the way. That's why I'm looking down. Ooh.
I have been slightly shy to stroke.
I love that rising choral moment.
I was given to touch with, but careful.
It's tribal, you know.
Still lies my passion hidden, lulled into sleep.
Wow.
Keep it in a hidden place.
This is really interesting. I'm not saying a lot, I'm just taking it in at the moment. Oh, that's really nice.
He is the beautifulest, fragilest, still strong.
I'm like really caught on all those little sounds. It's actually kind of like making me sleepy, but not in like a horrible way. It's just so dreamy and like beautiful, and all these sounds like hypnotic actually. Like honestly, I'm like, oh yeah, oh yeah. Like quite a lot of BJORK songs, but like this one has something beautiful with all those choral moments and those it's so, you know, I can see like a different planet, but it's not like sci-fi in like a really alien-y way. It's like I could see another planet, but it's like a jungle on another planet, and there's lots of like interesting alien wildlife, and it's all very beautiful, and there's a night sky, you know. It's just really, really beautiful and intriguing.
Dark and divine, and the littleness of his movement. Can I hide there too? Hide in the air of him. See, solace, sanctuary.
Oh, when those strings come up, it's like, I can't describe it. Those strings, I can't describe it. It's almost like a noir sort of film, like crime film. Do 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 do. You know, it's got something very classic about it and noir, or maybe you know, a bit of a Gatsby kind of feeling to it, like the Great Gatsby, that like, I don't know, just like epic, beautiful, like 1920s era. That's what I could see, but like I can't put my finger on it at the same time because it just sounds like I could see a bathtub, and I could see it like kind of swirling around the bathtub. So if like a bathtub was like a cylinder, it's like, you know, but in such a beautiful way though. Like it's just, I'm really captivated by those strings. And if you've seen my videos before, you know I always get like this about strings. I literally wish I could play the violin at this point, but wow. Wow. Is that going to run into Cocoon? No. It really could have though, couldn't it? Okay. That's deep. Right, okay, so Hidden Place, first song on the album. Sometimes it takes me a minute to get in there, unless the song has something like blasting about it, I don't know. But yeah, and also I'm extremely tired today. I didn't get to sleep for hours and hours last night. One of those horrible ones, and then I've just been doing my makeup all day, and it's all blah, blah, blah. And that song was rather relaxing. So I'm like a bit like, ooh, okay, I'm in a dreamland. I always like don't feel like I'm on camera and stuff right now. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, all right then. I really liked it. I'm gonna look into a little bit what it's about. Hidden Place is sort of about how two people can create a paradise just by uniting. You've got an emotional location that's mutual and it's unbreakable, and obviously it's make-believe. So you could argue that it doesn't exist, but it's because it's invisible, but of course it does. Oh, that's really cute, actually. Really sweet. Just go to this little place in your mind, and now you can imagine that, like, if someone's about to do something scary, like go for a surgery or whatever. I know this is a bit different, but like if you're about to go for a surgery, you could go, just think of us in that special place that we love, you know, and I'm there with you, you know. So like, a bit like I'll be with you in your dreams. Or when you're alone together and you're being intimate and you kind of want the world around you to fall away, you kind of imagine yourself somewhere special. Yeah, that's kind of beautiful, that is. She also says, the songs on Vespertine are introvert. That makes sense. That makes sense. Because as I was hearing it, and you know, I was just saying like, oh, I just feel like relaxed and just listening. It's all very, you know, cool. I couldn't really follow the lyrics very well. I think I was also tired, so it's hard to like read them at the same time with such like a lovely sound. But it made sense that it's introvert. It's not meant to be like out there telling me like millions of things, you know. It's like, it is a vibey, relaxed feeling, which I love. She also says, I tried to make it frozen, winter-like. It's an inside album, a domestic album. I had loads and loads of beats for Hidden Place, but it still wasn't up enough. Matthew Herbert came for a visit in the studio and offered to do it. He ran away to his studio and came back after a few hours later with a digital audio tape. Okay, cool. The string sample introduced on the first chorus and heard throughout the song was taken from Austrian-American composer Arnold Schoenberg's 1899 Transfigured Night Op. Oh, I might have to listen to that actually, because those strings are genuinely beautiful. Obviously they must be manipulated a little bit and sampled and whatever, but I'm still interested. Yeah, what an amazing song, and it does seem to have like the most listens on this album. Okay, yeah, next song is Cocoon. Gravelly, very gravelly. Very like chippy, you know, like bit crushery.
Who would have known that a boy like him would have entered me lightly, restoring my blisses. After sharing my core would stay going nowhere.
I love that. This one does actually, like when she's talking about the wintry sort of feel, this one actually does feel like putting on like a record player on like a rainy day or maybe a snowy day, you know, and it's just like all warm inside. It does have like a warm sort of like drinking coffee kind of feel, coffee house kind of feel. It's very intimate for sure, and the vocals are so vulnerable and pretty. I really like this. Ooh. I really like that crackly sound, you know.
A beauty this immense, saintly trance. Who would have known?
Oh, that music coming in.
Miraculous breath that a boy like him possessed a magical sense
interesting as well. I can't remember if this is the album like when she was still with Matthew, was it? And if she's singing about him. So I'm going to quickly look at what the artist has said about the lyrics now, just so I'm not like thinking about it throughout the whole song. The lyric to Cocoon was a whole diary. Then I had to edit 90% out of it. It's very hard to explain, but when I read it and the other person it's about reads it, we don't feel abused or anything. I think there's songs where I've been more scruffy about what I'm expressing. I have a problem with music that's too indulgent. It's like, keep your own dirty laundry, please. Nah, don't. Spread it out. Okay, but yeah, I'm just going to click these lyrics here. Who would have known that a boy like him possessed of magical sensitivity? I'm going to look at that. Matthew Barney, her boyfriend she met prior to the album, would not seem to be the sensitive type. Prior to becoming an artist, he was a football player and a male model. Oh, bloody hell. Furthermore, his art can be pretty shocking, featuring a lot of sex and violence. His best known work, the Cremaster Cycle, is themed around sexual differentiation. I can't read. Differentiation of the human male, and thus features a lot of testicle symbolism. However, is very sensitive to BJORK, which pleasantly surprised her. Okay, fair enough. Although, what on earth? I need to see this art. Okay, his art sounds interesting, to say the least. But at least, you know, BJORK could see the sensitive side of him. Not so much now, of course. But there was a time. Okay, let's carry on. ASMR, little whispering moments.
He slides inside, half awake, half asleep. We faint back into sleephood. Gorgeousness, he's still inside me.
Okay.
Who would have known?
Is that literally? Is this a literal thing? She did say she was writing it like a diary. You know, this is from a diary changed around a little bit. And she says, you know, don't want to air your dirty laundry. So maybe she's written it in a way that's a little bit more, you know, hush hush. But it seems pretty obvious what she's talking about here. I mean, unless I've just got a naughty mind, which I do, but still.
Train of perils, cabin by cabin, from a mouth, from a mouth of a girl like me.
So interesting.
To a boy.
Such a beautiful song. See, it's dreamy. Wow. It's a love song. That is pretty sad. But it's just like Taylor's Oldest Time. Like, obviously when you first get with someone, you get with them because you like them, you love them, you think they're amazing. It's only with time and stuff that the cracks begin to show, and it's whether you can, you know, mend the cracks or whether the cracks are just too, you know, unfixable. You're missing in pieces and stuff. It's sad, isn't it? But that's what people do. They go like this and they go like that. Sometimes they come back, but sometimes they just go like this and they have their own little branches of life and go off and do new things. We are forever changing. We're not always going to fit at the same time, even if we once may have. But all these things, I believe every relationship we have is for a reason. So yeah, it's sad, but it's also sweet to like hear that she did feel that love, you know, and it wasn't all bad. All right, next song is called It's Not Up to You. A lot of these like interesting crackly sounds used for drums. It's very sampled sounds.
I wake up and the day feels broken.
Feels really pushing that F. Ooh, this is nice.
'Cause the evening I have always longed for. How do I master
Ooh.
the perfect day? If you leave it alone, it might just happen. Anyway, it's not up to you.
Oh, wow.
Oh, it never is not up to you.
Wow, I feel like this one's my favourite. I really like the way this one moves. And it's got like a real nice rhythm to it, little, you know, sound to it. I like the words to it. All the different sound effects are pretty amazing. Again, just like so unique these sounds are, but they're really satisfying. I can't like get a full image sometimes. I can just hear what the little bits sound like, if you know what I mean. But wow, I love it. I like the lyrics though. I wake up and the day feels broken. I tilt my head, I'm trying to get an angle, 'cause the evening I've always longed for, it could still happen. How do I master the perfect day? 6 glasses of water, 7 phone calls. If you leave it alone, it might just happen. I feel like, you know, to me, it's like not putting too much pressure on something, you know, but we do. We go, oh, I want to have a great day. But to do that, I must do this, I must do that. To be a good person, I must do this with my day. I want to do that with my day. It's like dreaming and wanting a day where nothing goes wrong, and very often in our human existence, at least one thing will go wrong in your day, if not more, you know. So, but it's interesting. It's like BJORK's feeling that kind of like strain of the day, that just like things going wrong. But what's actually causing them more problems is thinking that the day's going to go wrong. If you leave it alone, it might just happen anyway. That's cool. It's not up to you. It never really was. This is how I imagine it being about the day, but I am interested in what she's got to say about it. Okay. The lyrics explore that feeling of frustration that occurs whenever we want to control every aspect of our life. When we act like that, everything that just doesn't go the way we expected it to go drives us crazy. BJORK tells the listener that the best thing to do in this case is just give everything we can without having any expectations, and let things go the way they have to, knowing that we have no control over them. And that's exactly what I was saying. Exactly. It's about being like, you can make your plans. If they don't go to plan, then you just roll with that, you know? And I think it's a very present and mindful way to live, actually, and it's a very important way to live. You know, lots of people like to make lists, and that's great for some people, but some people it's best just to go with what you feel like you can do step by step. But yeah, I love that. I like the message of the song, I like the sound of the song. It's my favourite song so far.
It's not up to you.
Ooh. Ooh. Reminds me of like a transmitter sound, like, you know, like some sort of alien transmitter, like.
Wake up, just lean into the crack, and it will tremble ever so nicely.
Wow, it's like breaking into like a beautiful place.
How it sparkles.
Yes.
And it's not up to me.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. What I get given.
Surprises about to happen. But what they are, it's not up to you.
Oh, that's amazing. Do you know what? This is a really nice song for anxiety. For someone who, like, I have undiagnosed ADHD. I don't have ADHD, well, not that I know of, like, not diagnosed, but for someone who has symptoms that fit into that very heavily, so allegedly has ADHD. This is really interesting because a lot of things with like some certain symptoms is about wanting to be perfect and do things the way other people do them, do like things you think that you should be doing. Like, to be a normal functioning person, I must be doing these things, you know. But this song really like kind of soothes that, and it's like, no, 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 no. Things can happen. Things can make things difficult. Things can, like, you know, no one has like a perfect day really. No one does. Like, even the people that try and make perfect days don't, you know, it doesn't end up perfect for them just because they do this, that and the other. I don't know. It's just like no matter what you do, it's going to do what it wants anyway. And I know it's slightly different, but to me, it reaches that part of me because I often feel like if I don't do this, then I'm rubbish, you know? And if I do this and it goes wrong, then why did I bother? But this is like just telling me, just don't worry about it. Just do or don't do whatever, and whatever happens, you'll be able to deal with. It's just lovely. I love it. A wintry sound. Sweet. Wow, that one's so sweet. Ooh. This is at the end of the song. Interesting. Yeah, too much pressure for sure. Interesting little bit at the end. The outro reads as an epiphany about the narrator's experience. She may be realizing that her morning troubles are caused by the pressure and clinging she feels from outside forces. Yes. Interestingly, the next few tracks indicate a tonal departure from the idealistic and observational Cocoon and It's Not Up to You, and a more introspective and critical Undo and Pagan Poetry. Oh, okay, so I'm interested. So next song is called Undo. Oh, beautiful. Climbing. Ooh. Oh.
You're trying too hard.
Ooh, nice vocal. The little bit of reverb. Very subtle, but
Give yourself
the double vocal. Gives me goosebumps. I love it. I love it. Another really beautiful one. I like the one before more, but I really feel like this one gives me like a really soothing kind of joy. Gosh, this album's relaxing. Those little like beats like that come in is very like like tapping and crackling and little thuds. It's all just like little sampled sounds just like fit together in like it's a like I don't know, little like a bristly ensemble. It's hard to explain what I mean by it. There is like a name for it, but I can't think of it right now. But it's definitely got like a bitty sound. Yeah, and all the vocal things happening, all the little like instruments that creep in. Ah, I'm just really enjoying it. And so this is a very relaxed kind of reaction again, but what can I say?
It's warmer now. Lean into it.
Yeah, lean into it. Yeah, it all opening up with those words. Surrender, open up, unfold. And you can just feel like the openness of the world.
In a generous mode, the kindness kind, to share.
The release. Funnily enough, now I just saw it then, but you know when she goes, it's not meant to be a struggle uphill, and it goes, oh, I actually saw this cloud swoop under BJORK and just like levitate her up the hill, you know, and just be like swooping in and oh, and then just takes her up that hill on this light, fluffy, soft, kind, generous cloud. Feels like a, you know, like breathe in, breathe out. It feels like a very meditative moment. Undo. This is nice. Oh my god, it makes me so relaxed. Oh yeah, it felt like the way she was saying undo, it was like an instruction bit in like a real, like when you're having a panic and then people are like breathe, okay, come on, in and out. It feels like that moment, like undo, just release
yourself.
That's what it felt like. But yeah, felt nice. Oh, itchy Wigatron! That's the trouble with wigs. You get a squished head and it itches. Especially when it's a cheap one like this. Made out of literal freaking plastic wires. Alright, let's go. Pagan Poetry. Ooh. Dramatic.
Darling, through.
Oh, I like that.
An accurate copy, our blueprint of the pleasure in me.
Wow. Something quite gritty about this one. A little bit like angry even. Maybe I'm being crazy? Let me have a little look. Wow, so there's a lot written here actually. Well, what it looks like here, it's like whether to accept a proposal, and she's going in between like sort of being sexually liberated in a sense of like struggling with the thought of being monogamous, but also wanting to have that intimacy as well. That's just part of it. There's also parts where it's like, the finding of the blueprint illustrates BJORK's discovery of the possible things that may satisfy her to the fullest, both physically and emotionally. However, as the song progresses, she realises that there is conflict between fulfilling her physical and emotional desires. The former demands sexual freedom, while the latter demands faithful commitment, both of which are important to her. We hear BJORK hesitating upon facing her partner's proposal for marriage, and it goes on. So, and then she says it's complicated like pagan poetry, so that's why it's called pagan poetry, I imagine. But I'll carry on with the song and read the lyrics and see what I feel. Interesting.
Secret code carved, a secret code carved.
Totally right. I like the way she says that.
He offers a handshake. They form a pattern, yet to be matched.
Wow.
On the surface, simplicity, but the darkest bit in me. Pagan poetry.
Ooh. What interests me about this as well, like, if I look at it in my own way, so, you know, she says it's complicated because of the duplicity of it. You know, on a surface it just seems simple, but in a deep part of me, I have these anxious wants and desires that, like, I'm scared to give up, or I haven't quite explored yet, and I won't be able to now, because I'm in a monogamous relationship sort of thing. That I think there's a lot to be said for that, in the sense of, like, at the start of a relationship, if you've been single for a long time, that change is daunting for sure. But I'm not saying this is for her sake, but like how I picture it, I understand it on that level for sure. I love the sound. I love those like 3 bum bum bums. You know, it's like dum 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 dum. Like, just the, when it's just like the 3. There's something about that that feels like something is walking towards you and then stopping. Like something's creeping up on you, if you know what I mean. And it's interesting because it's kind of like intense as well. It's like an intense sound. It's not like a little creeping. It's like this big like thing that's coming up, and it's like decisions you have to make, you know? Interesting.
Coated signals, they wake me up from night. Hibernate as pagan poetry. Pagan poetry.
That is beautiful, actually. First of all, giving it that Christina Aguilera little growl, but then the bit of rasp, like the I can't even do it like she did it. I have to put my head over there because I don't want it too loud. I don't know. She just like her voice must rasp up in that area of her vocal. Everyone's voice rasps up in different areas. You know, everyone will have like a breaking point where it sounds a bit raspy. Sometimes the voice just does it when it wants to do it, and maybe that's you know, why it happened for her on this day of recording. Who knows? But it sounded so good though. That's so good. It's annoying because I can only have like a bit of rasp on like a certain day. You know what I mean? Like it's not going to be there every time. It's like the rasp comes when it wants to. But like it's just manipulated so well here. It's just so emotive.
I love him, I love him, I love him, I love him.
That's interesting.
This time I'm gonna keep it to myself.
Wow.
This time but it makes me want to but it makes me want to
Oh, the way, not just the vocal itself, but the way that like they made it quieter as she got like louder and into it felt magical. It felt so important, and then it kind of like the reverb like has come shooting back in. Oh wow! I need to hear that again.
but it makes me want to
That's incredible. Ooh. But he makes me want to hand myself over. There's a little bit of rasp. I just needed to go high. Yeah, I just needed to go higher. But what? I love that. The vocal tricks in this one towards like the end there, like really just got me. But like she loves him. You know, she says, I'm going to keep me all to myself, but he makes me want to hand myself over. It just feels like she doesn't want to like abandon herself in a way. Like she's having to give all of her to this guy, and it makes her kind of want to, yeah, run off and not do it. You know, I get it. I get it. It's a scary thing. Nice. That was cool. All right, next one was called Frosti, the snowman. No, not the snowman, just Frosti. Okay. Oh, it's just an instrumental. Very pretty. This one feels really Christmassy, actually. Ooh, like shoveling snow, sorry. That's what it sounds like. And this song is called Aurora.
Moments of shine to twilight.
Well, I also also know that Aurora and BJORK are like fans of each other. Beyond this suffer. Her vocals are just insane. Shoot me beyond this suffer. That's interesting. Like, so Aurora, goddess sparkle, shoot me beyond this suffer. It's like, you know, she's saying shoot me as in kill me so I don't have to suffer. Or she's saying shoot me almost like a cannon. Like shoot me far, far, far away in a, you know, attempt to escape this suffering, allow me to be a bigger and better person and be able to find all the answers and stuff like that. But either way, it sounds gorgeous. I'm not gonna lie, guys, I might actually have to take this wig off because it's like literally itching my brain so much. It's itching like the sides of my face. I've already got glitter on my face. So it's like, oh, Jesus, I just need the freedom. And I can't listen to BJORK properly if I'm feeling like uncomfortable, you know? Let's just be a Christmas crazy head. I mean, it doesn't really suit the makeup look, but I think we're over it. We've seen the makeup enough now. It's all good. It's all groovy. You could just be like I'm like the fireplace, you know what I mean? Like the Christmassy fireplace. That's what we're going with, okay? So yeah. Right, let's carry on with freedom. Shoot me out of my suffering. Shoot that wig off to the moon. I like that a mountain shade suggests your shape. So it's like the shade, like the shadow of the mountain suggests what the shape of the mountain is, but it's not actually looking at the mountain. That's like interesting to me. I tumbled down on my knees, feel the mouth with snow. Not fill my mouth, but fill the mouth with snow. The way it melts, I wish to melt into you. Seeing here, it could have some sort of a double meaning. One thing is someone had wrote on BJORK's old official site, it said that the song is about an experience she had when she was little. She fell and hurt her knee. She then filled her mouth with snow to try and relieve the pain. So that used to be on her official site. But someone else said something that also has a lot of upvotes about it being more of a sexual thing. I won't go into detail. You can check it out on Genius. That's also really, 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 really interesting. And the mountain shade suggests your shape could also be something a bit sexual as well. And then she also says, the way it melts, I wish to melt into you. It's almost like she wishes she could return that same thing to her lover, you know, and have something of her that would melt into him. Just look it up on Genius, because I don't want to describe it too much on YouTube, but because it's quite explicit, but it's like kind of sad. Like makes me feel a bit sad actually, and a bit like, whew, like it's very vulnerable and very yeah, it's just really open. But yeah, I'll keep going.
The way it melts,
Suck the sun off for me. That's very interesting. I do believe a lot of it has, you know, kind of a sexual theme, really, but just done very, very artistically and poetically. But wow, okay. One of the comments is just like, so matter of fact, it's kind of hilarious. This song is about BJORK wanting her lover to on her face. And it's got 80 upvotes. But, you know, that's what some people seem to be getting from this song. So you can't ignore it. You can't ignore it. But it does seem a little out there. But who knows? Who knows? I'm open-minded to it. And also, like, for that to happen, you know, that thing, you have to be really, really trusting of that person and to really, like, you know, want to be vulnerable around that person, wanting to offer yourself up to that person in a submissive form. So really, it's a very vulnerable, vulnerable, vulnerable song if it is about something like that. All right, anyway, the next song is An Echo, a Stain. That's interesting. Ooh. Alien creatures again, like I talked about earlier.
She touched my arm and smiled.
Wow. A little bit haunting.
Very soon. Love you till then. Love you till then.
It definitely has a like sound of Nature Boy in it, you know, like there was a boy, a very strange, enchanted boy. It has those kind of jazzy, haunting notes to it. Each sample is so spooky.
Don't say no to me. You can't say no to me. I want to see you tonight.
Wow. So scary. The way that like goes, you know, it's so like, it's like something's coming to get you. And all these different samples of like the sounds just kind of repeating themselves. Like it's like alien tones and little, it feels like you're down in the earth with all these like I said, alien jungle creatures. But then that like, feels like a big like, I don't know, like gust of wind coming on something, or, you know, like something coming to get you. How I see it visually, literally, is very unique. I can't really explain it. It's almost like a shooting star, maybe, you know, like a ball, and then like all like the synth like sounds, like little sound waves coming off it in like a straight line like this. Don't worry about that bit. It's really hard to explain exactly how it looks visually, so I just try and go to the next best thing, which is what it could look like. So yeah, let's just picture like a meteor with like almost like a blue electronic like kind of, you know, fiery light coming off it, but it looks like it's like going, you know, coming towards, but then kind of dissipating. It's crazy. It's just, it is something like, you know, scary about it though.
I'm sorry you saw that. I'm sorry you didn't.
Strings. BJORK doing that before Billie Eilish. This little like tremolo vocals. Very spooky. Wow. Okay, I'm very intrigued as to what that was about. I read a little bit here, but I didn't want to talk about it until afterwards. The lyrics of the song are based on Sarah Kane's play Crave, a one-act play. Crave uses a non-linear poetic style. The dialogue is intertextual. There is no context nor stage directions, and characters A, B, C, and M have identifiable sex and gender, and only from context within the play. Crave continues the theme of pain and love that Kane has explored with previous plays, but it's stylistically a departure. The play contains several dark themes presented as issues haunting the four characters, including RAPE, incest, PEDO, addiction, mental instability, murder, and Sue. Murder and Sue. Cyanide. I mean, there's so many words I can't say on YouTube. I don't always know which ones I can and which ones I can't. I don't know if they even understand context. But, you know, it's not like I'm going to get this video. It's going to be monetized anyway. But still, I like to try and not trigger anyone at the same time, you know? Wow, that's a play. And in those four characters, that seems to be like almost everything you can go through in like an awful way. Like, that's like the most awful things. Do you know what I mean? Wow, that play seems like it would be heavy. I don't know if I could do it. Does sound interesting though, and the song definitely seems like it fit that kind of like storyline, you know? Alright then, next one is called Sun in My Mouth. Well, that's a lot different to be with the snow in the mouth. Now, and what I found interesting as well is when she said snow in the mouth. Could it also be the mouth as in her, you know, her other mouth? You know, it could have mean that, the mouth. The other one, maybe. But then sun in my mouth could mean her face mouth. Who knows? But I don't know, that just suddenly just got me then. Because that song, Aurora, might not have been about necessarily him doing his business on the face, but maybe inside her body. You know what I mean? You know what I'm trying to say? I hope you know what I'm trying to say, because it's not very child friendly, but I'm not child friendly on this channel anyway, but you know. Anyway, sun in my mouth. Now I'm interested in what that's going to be about. Let's go for it.
I will wait out till my thighs are steeped. The sun in my mouth with closed eyes to dash against darkness. In I shall enter fingers of smooth
Interesting. Okay, so that to me, that sticking to the sexual theme, that reminded me of self-pleasure and also reaching climax. Yeah, that's interesting. I'm going to read it. Lyrics references to bodily parts represent unambiguous sexuality. These images of the body and sexuality, however, appear besides images of nature. So it might not be fully about what I'm talking about, but there seems to be a lot of little bits and bobs here, but I'm not going to read into it too much. But going off some of the other songs and like Snow in My Mouth, Sun in My Mouth, I might be just being thrown for a loop here, and these things might not be sexual in any way whatsoever, but now I can't help but think it about all the songs now. I'll wade out till my thighs are steeped in burning flowers. And like a burning flower, it could be like passionate desire, like a burning desire. I'll take the sun in my mouth. I can imagine her like, well, not just her, but like someone, like bending back and opening the mouth and it feeling like this heavenly light, of pleasure, leap into the ripe air alive. It's like a, feeling with eyes closed to dash against darkness in the sleeping curves of my body. I shall enter fingers of smooth mastery. And it's like, come on, that sounds like something. Yeah, within the context of Vespertine's central theme of sex and intimacy, these lines have been interpreted as an allusion to female masturbation. So I was right about that for sure. I like it. Very interesting. She's very explorative. She's very open. I really love that about BJORK. Is like how much she's not afraid to talk about that sort of stuff, and like how intimacy and sex is like such a huge part of her existence and life and like her like power. Because I agree, it is a real important part to us completely. So wow, yeah. Right, next song is called Heirloom. Ooh. Ooh, ah, ee, ah, ooh, ah, ee, ah. I like this.
I have a recurrent dream.
Wow.
Every time I lose my voice, my mother and son baked for me during the night. They do a trapeze work.
Wow.
Right above my bed, while I'm asleep.
Wow, it sounds so good.
My mother and son pour into me. Wide open throat, I have a recurrent.
Okay, so this definitely sounds like she is talking about a dream that she has. But obviously the dream has some significance to her. I always find with all my BJORK album reactions, I always end up talking about the lyrics beyond anything else. Like the music, it becomes a thing of like, yeah, that's interesting, that's experimental, it's a little bit different, and it accompanies the words, but that's exactly it. The music always accompanies the words, it accompanies the voice, you know what I mean? So like it always becomes a bit of a background feature in the most beautiful way. It accompanies it well, but the words and storytelling are always the most important for me. This dream seems really abstract, but at the same time it seems kind of beautiful. Like every time I lose my voice, I saw little glowing lights that my mother and son baked for me, basically. They go above my bed and I drink them like a warm glowing oil into my wide open throat. It feels like they are giving her a voice or giving her reason or giving her light and love. It's a very loving dream by the sounds of it. I'm going to finish it before I read into it, actually. I really like the sound of this one, though. For sure.
Every time
that beat.
I feel
that darker sound.
I swallow warm, glowing light.
Yeah, that's really cute, actually. Ooh.
It make me feel so much better.
Yeah, it makes so much sense.
We have a recurrent dream.
We.
Every time we lose our voices.
Funny when she says we.
We dream we swallow
The double vocal comes in. Ooh, I love that sound. That's such a cool sound. Like, boom. It's just got that, it's got a thickness to it that I enjoy for sure. But I wonder why she's saying we have a recurrent dream. Is she on about her and other parts of herself, or is she actually talking about someone else as well, like her and someone else?
Until they're in the sky, right above our head, into our wide open throats. I have a recurrent dream.
I like this a lot. Sonically, this might be one of my favourites as well.
They make me feel better. They make me feel better.
Wow. That sound is so interesting. Wow, okay, I really liked that one. It's actually really pretty and really sweet. If that's a dream that she actually has, it's obviously very healing. And she says whenever her voice gets hoarse, maybe it's like whenever she doesn't feel well, this dream comes about, and it's almost like a message of being like, you're going to be okay. And it's a healing one. Maybe it's somewhat spiritual in a way as well. Wow, I love that one. Okay, next song is called Harm of Will.
If there is a troubadour washing, it is he. If there it is he. If there
Wow.
are nine
I love how the breath is sampled.
This way is as is she, and he placed her unclothed.
Wow. Interesting. Okay, so it's like, come here. Stop it, you. What are you shouting about? Why don't you come and be my friend? Hey? Instead of shouting at me. No. No, no, no. You do not climb up there. Don't just start causing a ruckus. You can come and relax, but you're not being naughty. Oh, goodness. Savannah cats are nightmares, if I'm honest. So naughty. Right, so when he says long, long-legged on top of the family tree, it reminds me of like putting like an angel on a tree, on a Christmas tree, you know? But it seems a little bit dark, if I'm honest. And then it says like, and if he has chosen a point while she is under him, then leave her collie placed crouched sucking him, for it is I with her on knee. Like, what does this mean? I can't quite tell what it's about then, if I'm honest. It didn't really make too much sense because I don't know the tale of Troubadour and Libertine, who takes commitment-free sexual pleasure from his conquests. I mean, I don't know if I like the sound of that. I don't know, it seems a bit dodgy to me. You'll have to let me know because I don't know. I don't know.
And if he has chosen the point, crouched, sucking him for his eye.
Wow. Those orchestral moments are just like so powerful.
What there be, for if he is seen, then all will, and all will know me.
Interesting song. I don't know what I feel about it, if I'm honest. And listen, like, those beautiful orchestral moments are really something, and her vocals are always just something. But something about the song just didn't really do much for me, if I'm honest. It was just okay. Sorry if it's your favourite. If I'm reading something where I don't feel captivated by the words, it's really hard to, like, feel all of it. I have to rely on the musical aspects in some way. Sorry, my hair's doing my head in now. I'm falling to pieces. If you, oh my, see, I just look crazy. I just look crazy. But yeah, it was okay. I don't know. I just don't know what I feel about it. I'm like interested in what it's about. It's like she's saying this person is herself, is her. He makes his face known to none, for if he is seen, then all will and all know me. You know, like as if she is him. But what is he doing? Doing weird things to women. I just can't understand it. Help me out. Okay, last song now, even though when I go on the Genius lyrics, it says there's another song. It's not on this one. There's another one at the end called Generous Palm Stroke. It's not on Spotify. So I'll do Unison, because that's the last one on Spotify, but on the album Spotify, and then maybe I'll try and find the Generous Palm Stroke as well. Okay, so let's do Unison first though.
One hand loves the other. So much on me.
Help! Sorry.
Born stubborn me will always be. You gardener, you, I can obey all of your rules and still be.
I like that. Oh! Yeah!
I would compromise.
That's nice.
I never thought I would compromise. Tonight, you tight, let unite. Tonight,
Yeah, that's cool. I like this one. See, this one's got more of a feeling to it that I enjoy for sure. It's really cool because, you know, she's saying like, you know, I was born stubborn. I'm always going to be stubborn. Before you count 1, 2, 3, I would have grown my own private branch on this tree. You know, she's always been able to do so much on her own, independently, stubbornly. You know, she's herself. And then, but with this guy, she's saying like, I obey your rules and I do what you want when you discipline and you guard me, as in like you grow me to some degree, look after me maybe. And yeah, I'm still stubborn and I'm still independent. I still keep all the things about me, yet I do have other parts of me now that I let up, I soften up a little bit, I make a compromise. And that is something that you do when you go into a relationship. You kind of end up like softening parts of yourself. So to compromise and to be able to work in unison. So yeah, I really like this.
I thrive best hermit style with a beard and a pipe. But now I can't do this without you.
That also reminds me of the tarot card, the Hermit, as well. The Hermit is someone that like you know, when you get that card, it's usually you have been isolating and need to, you know, stop isolating, or it can mean like you need to isolate and work on yourself, work on your problems and so on like that. So, and she's saying, you know, I thrive best in hermit style, doing things alone. I'm better in that way. But now she can't do this without him. Like this guy, you know, her lover. She's like, now I can't do this without you. Like, wow, that's such a difference to what I've always been.
I never thought I would come from mines. I never thought I would come from mines. Tonight.
The strings just really do something. They're so beautiful, these strings as well, because they're so like pink and white. When you get like an epic string like that, and it's also a romantic type of string sound. It's very like pink and white and very like cloudy almost. It's beautiful. I do feel like the string sections have really enhanced a lot of the songs for me. Like, so I love the rhythmic sound, but like obviously throughout the whole album we've been getting like very similar rhythmic sampled sounds. There's like a million samples throughout this album, which I think is really cool for sure, and in some ways they work better than others, but it makes the album cohesive in that way. But it's very like a you kind of like just go through it. It's very relaxing. It's hard to react to so much, but those strings just add that like little bit of something brighter and wider and more like, I don't know, just like, like some real beauty to the songs. I love it. So relaxing though. That's cool. I do like that. I literally said Unison as well earlier. I can't remember what I was saying it about. Was it about this song? I was talking about Unison. Gorgeous. I love that one. A lot. Wow, that repeated sample! That's an interesting way to end an album, actually. Wow, that is interesting. If that is the end of the album, that's a really interesting way to end it. Just that kind of repetitive sample, because they've used so much samples throughout the album. It's interesting to like do an obvious repetitive sample at the end, just to be like, oh yeah, you know, like I don't know, just like driving it home. I don't know, but I'm gonna try and find the song for Generous Palm. Sorry. I don't know, if you've watched some of my other videos, I get to a point in the day where I just have yawn attacks. It's just like literally, it's like the tiring part of the day. And it's just, it just happens. It's not because I'm bored, I'm very in love with this actually. But yeah, it just happens. So yeah, I've seen that there are like a few B-side tracks, so I might not do them all today. So like including Generous Palm Stroke. But what I'll do is maybe do it for Patreon next year. So yeah, I'll do that then. Otherwise I'll be here for far too long. I've been here for 2 hours already. And I need coffee. But yeah, I did enjoy that album. I have to admit though, there were moments that I didn't love. And like, I don't know what I was expecting exactly though. Do you know what I mean? Like, I guess when I just think of songs like from Volnakura and like Utopia, they just feel bigger and more epic in some way. And then of course, like BJORK said herself, Vespertine is a more like introverted album. It deals a lot with intimacy and, you know, stuff like that, which I do actually find really interesting. But there wasn't anything that really stood out for me in like a huge way. It was just like a pretty and nice album. I really enjoyed reading it. It's hard to say because it's not like I didn't like it, because I genuinely did. You can see by my reaction to loads of the sounds and stuff that I did. There just wasn't a lot for me to grasp onto, I suppose, and talk about. I don't know. Maybe it's just the mood I'm in. I don't even know at this point. At the end of the day, I liked it, but I didn't love it. But I did really enjoy it, so it was just like a nice, relaxed moment. And I think some of my favourite songs, I really liked the song It's Not Up To You. I really liked Pagan Poetry, was really cool actually. Undo was really cool. Echo a Stain, very interesting. Sun in My Mouth was kind of beautiful too. Heirloom, there was quite a few songs on here that I really did love actually. Unison was incredible too. Yeah, there's moments, I just need to get in editing and feel it all again. It's really hard to take it all in at first. That's what happens when I'm editing sometimes. I start editing and I go, oh, I really missed that little sound before. And you begin to pick the songs apart a little bit more and enjoy them a lot more. I still, like I said, it's hard to explain. I just still really enjoyed it. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and I really hope that you have an amazing holidays, whatever you celebrate, even if that's nothing at all. I hope you get to be safe and look after yourself and make sure that you give yourself lots of love and so on throughout this time. And if you've lost anyone around this time of year, then just know that I'm really, really sorry, and I totally understand. Actually in the same boat, and a lot of love going out to you, because I know this time of year can be really difficult for things like that, and not having certain family members with you and so on. So just know that I really understand and I'm here for you, and I hope this video can give you some comfort in this month of December. Also, I just want to say thank you again for you know, I'm nearly at 5,600 or something, or maybe a bit more now, subscribers, and it felt like I only hit 5,000 like a couple of weeks ago. It was a few weeks ago now, but I don't know, it all feels crazy. Yeah, I just want to thank you again though, just for all your support and love, and I think you're all incredible. And sorry I had to take the wig off, not that I need to be sorry, but I mean, I look like really hilarious now, like this thing as well. I don't even know why I put this thing on. I think I was just trying, I don't know. What is wrong? Oh, my brain today is not working. Sorry, I'm hormonal and like everything just feels like a struggle. And that's why I probably need to listen to It's Not Up To You again right now and just be like, chill the flip out, biatches. Anyway, love you so much, and I will see you next year if I don't do anything before then. Merry holidays. Love you.